welcome back to KA MMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
I'm Andio.
And we are KA MMA back to talk about UFC Atlanta, also known as UFC on ESPN 69. We got Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. This fight's taking place in Country State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. And we're going to talk about our final prediction, thoughts, and face-offs for the prelims. And the first fight of the prelims is Jamey-Lyn versus Vanessa Demopoulos. So, Andio, after watching the face-offs, man, what are you thinking about this, man? Looking at this Jamey-Lyn towering over Vanessa Demopoulos here.
Yeah, I gotta go with the dog, Vanessa Demopoulos here, to just move around the cage a lot, keep away from this galoot, keep away from the sides of the cage and pepper her with those kicks, because I know that lead leg's going to be there all day, and squeak out a decision with that volume. I don't trust these low-level fighters that are super, super heavy dogs for no reason. Demopoulos has gotten upsets before, and I'm waiting to see her do it again this time around.
All right, man. So you're sticking with Vanessa Demopoulos to win how?
By decision.
All right, so after watching the face-offs, man, the first thing I saw was Vanessa Demopoulos coming in, getting undressed, and then doing the splits in front of everybody, showing off her ass. I don't know, is she fighting or is she trying to get likes on her OnlyFans? I don't know. But Vanessa Demopoulos definitely coming out here, not looking too serious here with her dancing and shaking her ass and whatnot. Whereas Jamey-Lyn was walking in there solid, focused, looking very serious and ready to go. As far as physically, Vanessa Demopoulos is in good shape, of course, but as you can see here, she's super, super short compared to Jamey-Lyn. She is in great shape though, like she's still muscular and she's lean and in good shape. But Jamey-Lyn, man, is super fit, man. She's ripped, she's muscular, she's built, she's bigger than Vanessa Demopoulos, and of course, super much taller than Vanessa Demopoulos. And I just think she's going to come out here and ragdoll Vanessa Demopoulos, bully her against the cage, get her in the clinch, hit her with some elbows and knees and punches, and mess her up. And you never know. If she gets her down, you never know what can happen. She could get some ground and pound, maybe even get a sub. But I'm going to go with Jamey-Lyn to win by submission or decision.
Ooh.
She's never been knocked out, Vanessa Demopoulos. Her 7 losses come from 1 submission loss and 6 decision losses. So she is a pretty tough cookie out there as far as she's never been knocked out. But you never know. Jamey-Lyn could be smashing her up and the refs could call a TKO. I'm going to go with sub or decision for Jamey-Lyn though. So we're in disagreement still with the first fight of the prelims. Let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Philip Rowe versus Ange Loosa. So for this one here, man, in the face-offs, I got to say that Ange Loosa is the thicker, bigger, more muscular guy. He's in phenomenal shape. The guy is, he might as well be a bodybuilder for how ripped and big he is. His muscles have muscles, as you can see here. He's just a much bigger, larger guy as far as thickness and built. Philip Rowe, more lean, more skinny. Of course, Philip Rowe is very ripped as well, and he has some muscles there. But he's much skinnier and much not as big, of course, as Ange Loosa. But he has the crazy height advantage. As you can see here, Ange Loosa is looking right up at him. Ange Loosa will have a hard time, punching Philip Rowe in the face because of that
Impossible.
height.
Impossible.
He's going to be punching upwards. It's going to be difficult for him, but he doesn't really need to punch because Ange Loosa is going to grapple. He's going to wrestle. He's going to take Philip Rowe down, grab him by his little skinny waist, pick him up, smash him on the ground, slam him, get on top of him, ground and pound him, and maybe even knock him out or win a decision. Because I feel like if this goes to the decision, Ange Loosa would have taken him down at least 5 or 6 times in this fight and hit him with a bunch of punches on the ground. So I got Ange Loosa still in this one to win by knockout or decision.
Yeah, for a guy that's like a 2 feet taller, they appear to be you know, both in good shape for what they are. Lusa is kind of a bodybuilder guy. I think he's more of a bodybuilder athlete kind of guy than a real fighter, considering his giving up in fights. Rowe, I think obviously I think he has to maintain the distance, uh, keep his range, and work the jab. Get Lusa weaker before he tries for those takedowns. Because Lusa himself, sometimes he likes to keep it on the feet for longer than you would like for a guy whose strength is the wrestling. But even if he takes him down, I think Rowe is active down there. He's always going for subs, and he's not the easiest guy to control. So, yeah, just I guess more ways to win here. Give me Rowe by no contest, decision, no contest, knockout, or submission, because maybe Luce is gonna fake an eye poke or something. But yeah, no, give me knockout or sub, because I like Philip Rowe's finishing ability here.
Yeah, he's definitely a finisher and pretty dangerous. All right, so we're in disagreement, like we were in the early predictions. We're still in disagreement with the first two fights. Let's move on up to the next one. All right, we got Ricky Simone against Cameron Smotherman.
Yeah, here I gotta stick with Ricky Simone. I guess it makes sense the way the lines turned out. You know, the way we're seeing massive lines, you know, favorites and dogs in this event, unfortunately. Ricky Simone always comes in looking in great shape. He appeared to take this face-off a little more seriously than Smotherman, because right after this smart, Smotherman started laughing, and Simone just gave off the vibes that he's here to win the fight. And considering what we saw to Smotherman against Sergey Sidey, I don't think I think a grappling heavy attack by Simone here is going to smother out Smotherman eventually. So give me Simone by decision or sub.
I saw what you did there with the smothering him, eh? Yeah, man, I got to go with Ricky Simone as well. You know, Cameron Smotherman is definitely not taking this fight as seriously as Ricky Simone. There's nothing to laugh about and smile about here. This is a fight, and Ricky Simone is serious, man. He's coming in here looking in phenomenal shape. Ricky Simone ripped, he's built, he's muscular. Cameron Simone also very good built as well. Not as muscular and ripped as Simone, but he's got the height advantage. And as far as the size is concerned and thickness, I think they're about the same. But I got to say that Ricky Simone came out here looking more built and ripped and muscular than Cameron Smotherman. But Ricky Simone is the pick. I think he's going to use his grappling, use his wrestling skills, take down Cameron Smotherman. He's fought the better competition. The guy's a veteran. He's very good. And I got Ricky Simone winning by submission or decision in this one. All right, let's move on up to the next fight. All right, we got Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa, or Jose Ochoa, or Jose Ochoa, or AKA my friend Javier's long lost son in Peru. All right, so yeah, Jose Ochoa is the pick, man. I don't know what these guys were doing in the face-offs, but there was a lot of camaraderie here. These guys were laughing, joking, smiling, and Jose Ochoa was like was patting him on the shoulders and stuff, and they were shaking hands, and you know they were acting very friendly. But let me tell you, don't kid yourself. When this gets into the cage, it's going to be a brawl. It's going to be a crazy fight. I think this should be it has a chance of being fight of the night. I think this fight's going to be very exciting to watch. Physically, Jose Ochoa, much better shape, much more ripped and muscular and built than Cody Durden. Of course, Cody Durden is still lean, looking okay, but he's not as built and as ripped as Jose Ochoa. And as far as the size, I think these guys are almost the same height. You know, physically they're almost the same, but Jose Ochoa just a little bit in better shape and a little bit bigger than Cody Durden. I like Jose Ochoa to win this one. I think he's going to come out here and get the finish. I got him to win by KO or submission. He's a dangerous guy. Cody Durden, I think he's a little too overconfident, and Jose Ochoa is going to come out here and fuck him up.
I think Cody Durden and his chain wrestling and just his nifty little combos to set up those takedowns is going to be too much for Ochoa here. He's going to have to deal with some chain wrestling, and it's not going to be easy for him because Ochoa likes his space, but he's also good in the clinch. So I want to see Durden get down there right away and keep on working for those takedowns and just that constant pressure that Durden is known for. And if it goes to decision, I'm going to pull out your little one of your little ideas here behind the hometown boy. So if it goes to decision, I'm looking for maybe Cody Durden getting a decision in Atlanta from the Atlanta judges. So yeah, give me Durden by decision or sub.
Yeah, I mean, Cody Durden is a bit dangerous too, I gotta say. All right, so we're in disagreement with this one here. Let's move on up to the next fight. And we got here Malcolm Wellmaker against Chris Mutino. Chris Mutino finally getting rid of that stupid green hair that he had for so long. That's a good, nice change to see there. Now, as far as the face-offs are concerned here, Malcolm Wellmaker is in phenomenal shape. He's much bigger than Chris Mutino, much thicker, much more muscular and built. Chris Mutino is a very skinny, lean guy, not very much muscles to him. Looks very basic. But Malcolm Wellmaker, definitely you could see there that he's the stronger looking, bigger looking guy in better physical shape. I like Malcolm Wellmaker here to come out here and with Chris Mutino's weird kind of fighting style where he just moves forward like a zombie and doesn't really block punches. I think he's going to get pieced up on the feet with a lot of strikes to the face until he gets fucked up and gets knocked out, or the ref comes in and stops it because he's just looking crazy and getting battered and bruised up there. I could see him getting his face cut up and mashed up and the ref stopping it. So it's either going to be a knockout or a TKO for Malcolm Wellmaker for me, or maybe it goes to decision if this guy's on some kind of coke or something or some drugs or something where he doesn't get fucking put away and he goes to a decision. But he's going to get destroyed in this fight. So I'll go knockout or decision for Malcolm Wellmaker.
Yeah, I believe this could be the record for the favorite for Malcolm Wellmaker in this fight. Yeah, the only way for Mutino to win this fight is what he's kind of known for is that overwhelming pressure. He just has to try and overwhelm Malcolm Wellmaker here. So until Malcolm Wellmaker gets used to that kind of pressure, I think things will settle down more for him, and he'll eventually put Mutino away. And it's probably going to be a TKO because Mutino's not the type to get flatlined. It's always the ref really stopping in and saving him from even more brain damage. So although Wellmaker has finishing ability, so I do see a finish here, but maybe a little later than most people expect. Yeah, give me a knockout or a submission.
You know what? I'm going to change it to knockout or submission as well for Malcolm Wellmaker. Forget about it. I don't think this fight's going the distance, man. Malcolm Wellmaker gets the finish in this one. All right. Moving up to the next fight, we have.
All right. So this is Michael Chiesa against Court McGee. Yeah, the old dunks here. I've been feeling more and more confident with Michael Chiesa coming into this fight because I just think Court McGee, man, he's just slowed down a little too much, I think, even though he got that snap submission win the last time out, and he's still capable of that, but I feel Chiesa's just too big and too strong in the grappling, and eventually he's going to find Court McGee's back after Court McGee starts getting a little tired. So give me Chiesa by sub or decision, but 80% sub here.
Yeah, I mean, as you all know, Michael Chiesa, he only has submissions and decision wins. The guy does not have any knockout power. He doesn't have any knockouts in his entire career. So he's got 12 wins by submission, 6 by decision. So submission or decision it is for me as well for Michael Chiesa. As far as the face-offs are concerned, Court McGee came out and looking in decent shape, man. He looks good. He's pretty built, pretty muscular. Not as ripped though as Michael Chiesa, but Michael Chiesa, you can see he's way bigger, man. Look at his back there. You can see the size of him there. He's just way bigger than Court McGee. He's in better shape than Court McGee as far as muscularity and size, and he's also more ripped, and he's taller as well. So Michael Chiesa, I can see him being the stronger guy here and taking down Court McGee, getting him on the ground as he likes to do, and move around on the ground until he gets into a favorable position where he can try to go for those submissions. And if he doesn't get the submission, then it's going to go to decision, and I think Chiesa will outstrike him with ground and pound, and also with the takedowns. He'll have so many more takedowns and ground and pound and moving around submission attempts that the judges will give it to him. So give me Michael Chiesa by submission or decision. All right, so we're in agreement with this one. Let's move on up to the next fight. And it is the main event of the prelims. Everyone, please hit that like button if you're watching this video, man. And, we need 3 more subscribers to get to 75. Let's get 3 more subs.
3 more.
If you guys are new, just hit that subscribe, and that way you'll always get our videos and notifications.
All right, so here we got Paul Craig against Rodolfo Bellato. And let me tell you, man, Paul Craig had no qualms about getting herpes by getting right in Rodolfo Bellato's face at this face-off. Like, they both were wiping their face paint on each other's face. The most intense face-off of the card, that's for sure. It seems Paul Craig, the more irrelevant he becomes in his division, the more intense and exciting his face-offs are. So I liked it, and I still think Bellato's gonna outstrike him immensely on the feet, because I think Craig's striking has gotten worse over time. The thing I worry about, though, as usual, is Bellato being too aggressive and hopping into a sub that Paul Craig's going to snatch up. But at the same time, if Bellato does that, Paul Craig may be too out of it to defend or to get a sub himself, and Bellato may snatch a sub of his own, because the guy has 4 subs also. He's a finisher in every way. And Paul Craig, the fact that he'll look for a sub at the same time as he's getting smashed in the face. So, you can finish Paul Craig a variety of ways. Give me Bellato by a knockout or sub here.
Yeah, this was absolutely hilarious. Paul Craig came up to the face-offs, and he tried to be a bad man and try to rip off his shirt. And he couldn't rip the shirt. He was trying to rip it.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
He ripped like the collar of the shirt, just like halfway down.
He was trying to do the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, he couldn't rip the whole shirt off of him. It looked so stupid. It just showed that he doesn't even have enough power to rip the shirt off of his own back. Rodolfo Bellato was laughing. It was hilarious. Paul Craig getting up in his face right after he couldn't rip the shirt, gets in his face to act like a tough guy. It's like, buddy, you couldn't even rip off your own shirt, and now you're getting in his face trying to act tough. Rodolfo Bellato, the way bigger guy in this one, man. He's in a great shape. I
don't know if he's way bigger.
He's pretty big, man. I mean, you can't see here because he's got his shirt on, Paul Craig, but if we watch the weigh-ins, when he had his shirt off, he's a little bit skinnier than Bellato. I think Bellato is a little bit bigger, I find. As far as who's more cut, I think Paul Craig had a little bit more cut to him there. But Bellato is still a lean guy, but he's just a big guy. I got Rodolfo Bellato in this one to win by knockout or submission. I think the finish is live here for sure. So there you have it. Our final thoughts, predictions, and face-offs for the prelims. Stay tuned for the main card coming up next.